were both Game 5 scenarios, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see the third time is a repeat of such. But yeah.
Time to lock in. Oh, the Hurt gamer lean goes cataclysmic.
I mean, Hurt's gamer lean it doesn't even look,
it's good posture.
It looks like he's explicitly resting his elbows on his knees. Like that is a strategic lean.
Bro's got a straight back. Like
yeah.
If he was shifted over, you could eat off of that and you would not have problems.
Yeah, I might have to ask permission first. But we see a full Arsene charge come out of those double Rebel Guard action. Now, let's see how Leo plays with the Super Guns and the Super Bear.
We're immediately seeing what is probably the hardest part of the matchup for Hurt. The fact that that Rebels Guard is such a potent tool for setting up the win condition, bringing out the blue chicken, bringing out all this pressure, and Hurt is kind of forced to box with it. He doesn't have the tools to get away from it.
Yeah, but he does survive, I would say,
pretty well.
Pretty well. I mean, usually when you live through MkLeo's first Arsene, that means you did a good job.
Yes. And now, there you go. Look at that gun movement. That is optimized.
Oh, I love that idea. He goes up, grabs her, throws him off stage, and then takes the grenade on the ground, Rebels guards it. So he's ready to set up a second Arsene for this stock. It's about to come out. Leo, one more hit and it should be, but this is an inopportune time to have Arsene come out. You really don't want it when you're coming back to stage, but still manages to get out of the corner.
Yeah,
Hurt now up in the sky.
Getting away was a big deal for him there, and the Nair not quite going to kill, but not the best DI from Hurt means he's going to be super low, and I think a little bit too low to get the reset to pull out another Cypher. MkLeo off to a great start.
Yep, and Hurt opting to just sit on the platform in shield while MkLeo dances around, does not want to get hit by those Arsene combos. The big starter is like the real danger of when you're fighting against Arsene and you have a new stock. Sometimes if you get grabbed and thrown onto a platform, you're going to be taking 50%. But Hurt is able to get out of there. Once again, relatively unscathed considering the fact that it's Arsene. But
he can just wait that out.
Yeah, you just chill. You just chill.
There's no mix-up there. He gets to just wait until that grenade pops, and then even if Hurt does get a punish, which he did, it's worth it because you get the entirety of your Arsene meter out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, then he took a ton of damage immediately after, and now, I mean, he is pushing Hurt off stage. Let's see what MkLeo is going to do in this advantage state. Does get another up air, but the amount of time that it's taking for Hurt to do all this means that the Arsene is, once again, not too crazy. Yeah, okay, but he didn't need an Arsene. He just gets an up smash to secure the stock, and C4 not enough to kill Leo just yet. Hurt is still on the back foot, however.
It is the Leo classic. Either he gets the last tickle of Arsene to kill you, or he uses it to set up a kill, and is that exactly what happened there? Hurt managing to keep up very well. Only 9% on this stock. Man, I love this matchup.
Yeah, I actually really like the part where, okay, you have Arsene, but the risk reward for having Arsene is the fact that if Hurt wins one neutral interaction and sends you off stage, then Hita is kind of a death sentence.
Yes, it's terrifying. The risk reward is so skewed on that part of the game plan. And of course, having to deal with the different ways that Leo is going to play, you have to be super on point because his game plan completely flips on its head the moment Arsene comes out.
Up air, he is going to get the stock. Yeah, all right. Hurt a little bit, like you said,
I hear that crowd.
Prepared for how Leo is playing around his normal offense. That, I mean, it seems like Hurt has been completely on the back foot the entire game.
And being on the back foot is particularly bad in this matchup because Snake has to be kind of aggressive.
Yeah.
So when you are being pushed back, trying to create your neutral setups to even figure out how you're going to approach this character who's like stuffing you out with guns over and over and over in the neutral until he gets his win con, and then you're terrified to interact with him at all, so you have to just stall. It's very taxing.
Yeah, and already Leo just goes straight through whatever Hurt had planned and gets another Rebels guard. Oh, okay. I think Leo thought that there was something else happening there because now he ended up in a pretty bad spot. However, Hurt's not able to take advantage of it. And we see Leo gets that little bit of a grappling hook, and now the Rebels guard sets up for this Arsene.
Let's see if he can stall it out this time. Hurt not in the best spot that time around when the Arsene did come out, and that's going to be the death sentence. As a result, I imagine Hurt's going to chill on the platform. No, I was wrong. He opts for the iframes instead.
Yeah, just goes to the corner, But that's, I mean, Leo's been so good at catching Hurt in the corner so far. We see, oh, didn't see the grab. Okay, that's a big inflection point of whether or not that grab comes out or not is a difference of basically a half of a stock.
And Hurt gets so aggressive in those moments, and he can get away with it because he recognized exactly what we were talking about, where Leo, when he gets at Arsene, is holding forward even little things like going for the get-up attack. Not something that you're normally going to see, but when the Arsene was out, he pulled the trigger and Hurt read it.
Yep. Still, we have the third Arsene potentially coming out for the
so
stock.
Silly.
Oh, man, this is you can't really fight against the blue chicken 3 times, man. You can only, maybe once, maybe twice, but 3 times must be scary.
Yeah, I often feel like if you get 2 Arsenes per stock as Joker, you're winning the game.
Yeah.
In this matchup, 3, it is brutal. Speaking of 3 stocks still on Leo's side. Hurt gonna probably close it with a down air. Yes, he does, but what a great spot for Leo to be in.
Yeah, he managed to pull it out before the Olay chance started coming out, but
didn't even get a chance. Oh, that's like a full Arsene meter.
That's
double counter.
Juicy. 16% Arsene almost up, and Leo already he hits the Rebels guard in the dash attack for good measure. Bro, this is his signature move at the moment. That's
crazy.
Hero factor.
Yeah, that's a crazy read there to go for that Rebels guard on the dash attack, recognizing Hurt was going to press a button out of the corner, but look at how that down air just chunks away at it.
Yeah, and I feel like Leo has sort of opted for this Arsene to just be I'm going to tickle you a little bit with this Arsene. I don't feel the need to be too aggressive with it because I'm so far ahead. I'm probably getting a second Arsene this stock, and I also have the ability,
He picks up the grenade, and Rebels guard's beautiful.
I mean, this is looking really good for Leo, but now he's off stage just as the Arsene comes out, but a counter on the explosion is almost enough to take out Lentini.
Oh, with the explosion, he does not counter that one. Gets popped up. That gives Hurt an opportunity to reset neutral one more time. Dash attack breaking through, pushing him off the side. Doesn't get an opportunity for the Nikita, though. Now he does.
Yep, but the Nikita, it's not going to work out. And Leo just gets a throw into the grappling hook. See how he opts to play this vertical advantage. Another grab, almost killing with it, but the
what a kill screen!
Baby. Wow.
I don't think I've ever seen that kill screen before.
I definitely have, but it's not usually off of a combo like that.
He was off screen and the camera was like, let me zoom out real quick, give you the whole picture of what's going on.
Yeah, throw some red up on. That's the hero factor for sure.
Wow. Well done to MkLeo, taking that with a 2 stock. The crowd ecstatic for their GOAT. Hurt, as you mentioned before, on the back foot.
Yeah, #1 seed of this event. Going to fall, I believe, 2 matches outside of top 8 if he loses this game.
So about that game 5.
It's not looking likely the way Leo's playing.
Look, I don't feel like I need the apology for him, but I might still fill one out just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
For doubting GOAT. But hey, it's not over. It is not over.
Yeah, and that time reading out the Rebels guard and able to get a grab, but I mean, Hurt doesn't really get a follow-up off of it. It's just a simple throw. Now the grenades are really kind of not disrupting Leo's game plan at all. It's kind of funny. He's just like able to do whatever. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say if that's actually worth it, taking the huge chunk that you get from the up tilt, but I mean, Arsene, baby, that's you'll take a lot of punishment to let Arsene come out.
Yeah, I feel like it's easy to get in your head calculating the risk reward.
Never mind, I'm stupid.
It's
I'm
like
stupid.
that graph where like when you first get the character, just Arsene.
Just Arsene.
And then like halfway in, like, no, I need to do the calculations. Leo has gotten all the way back to the tail end of the graph. He realized
just get Arsene.
Just get Arsene.
I feel like it's like that, honestly, with like Joker players in general in terms of like how important Arsene is, because it's like at the lower level, it's like you shouldn't like you don't deserve Arsene if you need Arsene, you know, and then it's, the wobble a little bit,
the McWobble.
But here we are on this potentially final game for Hurt in the tournament, and he is a full stock behind, getting pushed back by Leo, who has this Arsene still a half bar healthy. Dash attack isn't going to connect, but Hurt gets out of there relatively unscathed and is able to punish the counter from Leo. Now, this is a tough thing to come back from. He's crouching under the C4. Man, he doesn't care. He's just right on top of it.
Bro is big chilling right now. Gets another stock on the board. Hurt's position dire. His health critical right now. Trying desperately to find a way back into this. He does get a lot of damage off, but there's that Arsene.
Yep, and once again, Arsene is here to save the day for Leo, as just like I feel like the presence of it is enough for him to win neutral interactions, which is kind of crazy. Oh, again, just the guns are so powerful when we're in the Arsene form, but the C4 is ready to catch Leo out with a little bit of over-aggression.
Oh.
Back air, almost.
Not quite going to do it that time, but he's in a fantastic spot. Hurt dropping carpet bombs on him. Tries again with that C4, no dice. Off to the corner, going high. Yet again, we saw what happened last time, and it happens yet again. I don't care if you're the #1 seed, Hurt. Do you know where we are? This is Mexico. Forma de Leo strikes once again.
That's GOAT, baby. That's GOAT right there.
GOAT.
Yeah, a little bit of a fist bump to the camera. And Hurt's chilling. He's he appreciates the crowd. I think they were chanting for his name. I can't quite hear them back here, but I think they were chanting for him.
They definitely got louder when he raised his arms up. So it seems like they were probably trying to recognize, look, that may be GOAT, but that's also GOAT.
That's also good, exactly.
We can have two.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, greatest isn't a superlative.
Yeah,
GOAT
exactly.
isn't an overused term. Definitely not. No, but it was I mean, it just really shows how much improvement Leo has had over the past year. Like, he's playing like a man on a mission, wants to take this event. I know he did lose to Syrup earlier in the bracket. That Steve has been a little bit of his demon for a while, so we'll see if he can make his way all the way through into that coveted top 8 position.
Maybe he'll even get a run back on Syrup. Who knows?
Maybe.
Grand finals incoming. You never know. Syrup has been looking really good lately.
Yeah.
And I've really been enjoying when Syrup pulls out the nest and silences the haters.
Bro, I love Syrup's nest.
It's so flashy.
Good. It's so flashy.
It's more like genuinely one of, if not my favorite nests to watch, because his magnet combos are so clean.
I wouldn't say favorite. Nestboy 12's out there, and he's the #1 nest.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Respect.
Yeah. But
yeah,
man.
I feel like that was such a great. It was such a great example of the importance of win conditions and recognizing what is important in a matchup. The trickles of damage for Leo did not matter at all.
Yeah.
Taking 10%, 20% on those Rebel Guard, nobody cares. A small disadvantage state doesn't matter. Getting chipped by a couple of grenades while I'm going for things doesn't matter. As long as I am pushing for my win condition consistently, even when it doesn't work, it is so far overrun by when it does.
Yeah, I mean, just, I don't know. We were talking about the risk-reward calculations, and really it just seemed like whenever he had Arsene, even as a player, he would level up. Like, it wasn't just a matter of the abilities changing forms. It was a complete shift in play style and a complete, like, just use of all of the downloaded info he had on Hurt's defensive habits. That was a lot of times when it felt like he would just cash in on his reads once Arsene was out, when he was just like, all right, you know, I don't need that when Arsene's not out. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. Wait. Now.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel like it can be very challenging coming from Hurt's side of things to get those similar reads on Leo because, as you mentioned, he swaps the play style. We saw the usage of the gun movement, the stuff we were talking about before the set even started, to make it so difficult for Hurt to get information, to recognize how is he going to deal with a scrappy scenario, because the answer is he's just going to leave. Like, I'm going to go over here.
See ya.
And then when it's his turn, oh boy, it's his turn. We're playing a turn-based RPG.
Very true, yeah. I mean, it's so much that could be said about, like, Leo, how he played that matchup, especially considering last time I felt like Hurt had a lot of counterplay ready for him. Like, there was a lot of levels at Gommel that we saw a back-and-forth trade. That's why we predicted that game 5 at the beginning.